In this episode, I want to talk about setting safety. This is something we do on bigger rapids or bigger whitewater to sort of look out for each other. And the general idea with setting safety is we have some plan for downstream safety at the rapid where if somebody flips or raps or swims, there's some safety in place to manage that. And it's key to know that setting safety is different all the time. There's different crafts, different rapids, different rivers, different people might do this differently, but I'm going to share some generalizations I found that work really well with people that I go boating with. The first thing we might do is just set moving safety. Maybe we just all get in the river and move together and look out for each other cautiously. We should be doing this all the time, but sometimes the last mile was super easy. We were playing grab ass, and now we're pulling over saying, hey, there's a big rapid. Let's go down this very thoughtfully and together to deal with some problems. So then we pull out of the eddy, and we're all sort of together in order, running tight with each other so that we can handle some sort of problem. And that one issue with moving safety, well, there's a few. One of them is if the first boat has a problem, it's really hard to rescue them. The person in the lead is very exposed, so they don't really have safety. If this person's super competent, they're really good at self-rescue, they know the run, and they're willing to take that risk, this does work, but there is risk with this person. The other thing I've seen before is I've seen another group of 6 boats do this in a really big rapid, and 4 of them flipped. And so if there's a lot of problems, that's really difficult or maybe impossible to clean up. So on big rapids, moving safety isn't the smartest thing to do. The next thing is have a couple of heroes go first. And so, maybe you get there and a couple of people will eddy out right here. Maybe they scout, maybe they don't, but they feel comfortable to go down and run the rapid without other safety. And so there's usually, hopefully there's 2 of them. That way, if this person flips, at least somebody can chase them down. But these 2 might go down. They'll set themselves up in smart places, positions of maximum usefulness. If one person on each side of the river, that's super helpful. And then I would, a lot of times, send boats down one at a time. That way, if this person was to swim, you have plenty of assets to deal with them. If all 3 boats came down, all 3 boats flipped, 2 boats may not be enough. So boat 1 comes down, boat 2 comes down, makes it through, and then boat 3 comes down. I like to send personally 1 boat down at a time when we have safety so that the safety can deal with 1 problem at a time. Another possibility is to use throw bags. And this is a solid possibility. If you all get here and the heroes don't know the run very well, maybe they're here and they need a little of extra safety, which this is really smart, have somebody, let's say, come down to the bottom, maybe 2 people with throw bags in their hands ready to throw bags for the first boat or 2 to come down. So maybe if there's 2 throw bags here, 1 boat might come down by themselves. There is some safety. Before, this boat was very exposed. Now there's some safety for the boat, which is the throw bags. And when that person catches the eddy, maybe this next person comes down, catches this eddy, and then you have good safety down here and you can send the throw bagger back up. There are limitations to throw bags. I know a lot of times we'll use throw bags for safety, but I'd rather personally have a person in a boat for safety that can go chase a person down and pull them in than depending on a rope. And there's a few problems with throw bags. One, sometimes people just can't throw throw bags, or they think they can and they can't. And so people miss with the throw bags all the time. Sometimes people, to catch them, aren't ready or aware for them. And so they just haven't got their senses yet to grab it when it's thrown. And also, if somebody's unconscious, you can't do a throw bag rescue. You need a boat to go downstream. So for me, I'm going to personally prefer a person in a boat in the water ready to go to do a rescue over a throw bag. And there's some debate here. If you think throw bags are better than a person in the boat, let me know in the comments. I've seen written in books before, throw bags are probably better. But I think a person in the boat is generally better at doing some sort of rescue than a throw bag. The only change would be is if there's like a big class 5 or some portage or some tree in the river down here, well, you're not going to chase anybody. You need the throw bags to go right away. So that's a good use of a throw bag there because chasing isn't realistic. But to me, generally a boat in the water is better safety than a person on shore with a throw bag. So again, that person goes back up, and then I would again send boats 1 at a time down through here so there's plenty of safety for everybody. So those are my thoughts on setting safety. Again, to just go through them. You don't just go through, run tight, be smart, look out for each other. Moving safety is an option. As it gets a little harder, maybe just 2 people go through first, maybe 1. Maybe somebody's just so good and they're willing to risk their lives, maybe one person is a hero, but it's generally two. Go down, they set some safety for everybody else, and then I like to run boats generally through one at a time after that. And then finally get a throwback down there to get the first couple of boats through, and that person goes back up. And so the first couple of boats have a little bit of safety. So those are my thoughts on setting safety. I'd love to learn more. So if you have things to add to this or change or you have opinions, please put those in the comments below. These are just my opinions about setting safety. And again, it's always different. There's not one answer for everything. There's some generalizations I provided here, some ideas, but again, based on your craft, the people there, the rapids, the style of river, the weather, who knows, all kinds of factors, you might do something different. The key to me, the key important thing here is that you have some sort of downstream safety net that can handle what you think will likely could happen, right? If you're worried about a flip, you should have some sort of downstream safety net to handle that so that people don't just go swimming down into the next feature. So again, those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you next time.